Hey guys, so some pretty fantastic news here. Elon just confirmed that V11.3, the single stack version, is going to be arriving this week. Now with version 11, there's been a lot of delays lately just because they've been beta testing in the back with employees running version 11.1 and 0.2. And finally, version 0.3 seems like the one that's going to be going to the public. Now you guys might be wondering why it takes so long when the complexity of the highway is a lot less than it would be in the city. Well, the thing is, on the highway we have something called a Navigate on Autopilot right now, and it performed very well. The safetiness of Autopilot and Navigate on Autopilot is extremely high at the moment because they've been working on this code for a very long time until the point where it's essentially perfected. Now, although the company still considers it beta, you guys can go inside of the menu and see it say Autopilot beta in brackets or Navigate on Autopilot in beta brackets as well. It performs fairly well at this point, and people can go for hundreds of miles before even having to deal with any interventions. Well, that's the whole point with version 11 here. They want to perfect it to the point where at least it's on par with Autopilot or Navigate on Autopilot before they even release it to customers. The reason to that is because version 11 is a city street driving essentially on the highway, and it's a lot more smarter than what you guys have right now. If you're not on the FSD beta portion of the code yet, you don't know that the car actually makes all of the decisions on its own, and it'll do all of that without any confirmation from the human driver. So it will make lane changes, it will even back up, it'll go forward, it'll do all the maneuvers that it's required to do so to get you from point A to point B. So it's really important for this build of the code to be on par, at least exceed what's currently on Navigate on Autopilot. So anyways, going back to the confirmation, we just got it on Twitter a few days ago saying that the neural network is finally ready, but V11 has been tougher than they've expected because they're switching over everything from C++ codes over to the neural network. So essentially it's a whole re-architecture of the code, and finally they feel confident enough to say that it's a week away for public beta testers. Now with current Autopilot, how it works is essentially each camera works independently. The front-facing camera takes care of the duty of staying in lane and the vehicles that are in front of it. The side cameras take care of what's behind it, and so on and so forth. But the whole point of the neural net and FSD beta is that it will stitch everything into one view, and then you'll get a bird's eye view of whatever's on top. So the over complexity of this is that they are meshing everything into one view versus having it split between 8 cameras. So although it took some time for Tesla to accomplish this, they are getting it ready for highway driving. So you guys are going to get to experience all the views of FSD beta and city driving, but on the highway at faster speeds. Now onto the point of faster speeds, that is the biggest reason why FSD beta for highway has been delayed so far. Of course, there's a whole re-architecture of the codes like I've mentioned, but the fact that the speeds you're driving on the highway and the interchanges are a lot quicker, and if it makes a single mistake, your car is going to go off the cliff, it's going to hit into another car, it's going to cause huge accidents. So if you're driving at 70 to 80 miles per hour or 150 and above, you have to be extremely careful. Now the one critical thing I want to highlight in this upcoming release is that good things that are really difficult to build are going to be very difficult to copy. So all those manufacturers out there that are working on the single view of Autopilot or whatever they want to call it, it's going to be very difficult for them to eventually copy what Tesla has with the neural network. The best they're probably doing right now is the multi-views plus the LiDAR, radar, and ultrasonic sensors, but it's nothing comparable to Tesla and their neural network. So I'm going to leave you guys at that. I'll definitely be doing updates as soon as we hear more, or just wait until the weekend when it's going to be expected to drop. But before I end this video here, I want to talk about one last thing, and that's going to go back to my previous video. It's going to be about the ultrasonic sensor removal, and that has to do with the park assist feature. And is it going to be coming to this build, or is it going to be an upcoming feature for those of you guys that have been waiting for the longest time to get your park assist distance back? So that has been removed for a while now, but it has been running in shadow mode in the background alongside ultrasonic sensors. So if you guys haven't already seen my previous video, I will drop a link right up top there and in the description below. That will give you guys an idea exactly how it's working, and somebody has already gotten it to work, and then another person has re-gotten it to work again in another video. So definitely it is working in the back, and they've done a lot of tricks to make sure and reconfirm over and over again that it is using Tesla Vision instead of anything else. But yeah guys, in terms of version 11.3, I don't think Tesla is focusing on the Tesla Park Assist with this build, just because FSD Beta and the highway single stack is completely different than the parking assist stack. Although a lot of people are saying that you can see the bird's eye view from top to bottom, it does not behave the same way as parking distance sensors. So that's something you guys should be expecting soon, but I don't think it's going to be coming with 11.3, unfortunately. And then there's also the fact that newer hardware and newer radar is coming out, and I talked about why that's necessary to get the perfect replacement for the ultrasonic sensors. So make sure you guys go ahead and watch that video to get the scoop, and I will be making another video on the ultrasonic sensors alone and what progress and what updates we have so far and what the timeline is before we see it activated in our cars. So that should wrap it up for this video. If you guys want to see more, you guys want more updates regularly, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell notification. It really helps out the channel and it is greatly appreciated by me. And this is it. This is John. Once again, peace out.